Chris Williams here. We're talking with Tron today at Wilson Toyota of Ames. Tron's a little bit distraught today. Cyclones have lost 2 in a row. Good news, Tron Smith, is the fact that, 2 things. 1, Clones have Northern Iowa, who I'm just going to say it. I think they're going to win. I think Iowa State wins by 17 or more on Saturday. 2, we have an instance now where we are getting prepared. This is the only time in the rest of your life you're going to be able to say, we're getting prepared for our first radio show, the Cyclone Fanatic, Wilson Toyota of Ames, pregame show, 3 o'clock, Saturday, 1460 KXNO, KXNO.com. What's up?
I'm gonna say this. I'm just going to get out there because I am ready. The question is, are you ready for these 2 guys? I'm excited, man. I was in Kansas City over the weekend, and I'm going to tell you, the Fanatics down there, thank you. You guys, I had a great time. It was awesome. But you know what, Chris? I kept getting the same question. Where is Williams?
It's because they wanted to give me a hard time.
I don't think so.
People refer to us as twins all the time. And, when they think Tron, they think Chris. When they think Chris, they think Tron. So it's a pretty natural
You weren't there, man. I had to field all those questions.
So I told you guys, too, months ago that if you started doing this with us here at Cyclone Fanatic, you were going to become a Cyclone celebrity. And you've done that.
I think you know what? I'm almost there. I'm getting it. Ask me after Saturday.
After this radio show, I think you're going to be there. One other thing before we talk football. We have these 5 sets of season tickets for students that we're still giving away. That's going to be the case on Saturday as well. Maybe we should even sweeten the deal and give away 2 games. Should we maybe do that?
We can do
2 games
that.
on Saturday?
We can do that.
I think we sweeten the pot a little bit here. And I didn't even tell Tron about that before.
Here's the deal. And I've said this before, and I'm trying to be nice to you students. Don't make me come over there. But 5 free tickets. Here's the deal. They're free. It doesn't cost you anything. The only thing you have to do is show up, be present, and be a Cyclone fan.
All you got to do, we're going to have our Wilson Toyota Cyclone Fanatic pregame show at 3 o'clock. Now, that is going to be right over by Ryman Gardens, okay? That's that lot. I don't know. It's one of the A's. I'm not sure of specifics. We'll post it on the website. But right when that's done, Tron and I are going to hop in the Cyclone Tundra, the Wilson Toyota Cyclone Tundra, and we're going to zip on over to the stage, all right, the Wilson Toyota stage. It's right by the Jacobson building. Tron and I, we're just going to stand there next to the truck, okay? We're just going to be standing there. You don't have to do anything. You just come up, tell us you're a student, and say, hey, we want our free tickets. You don't even have to talk to us.
Just that easy. No, yes you do. You have to talk to me. And you have to talk to him. You know what? Come over, say hi, see what we're doing, see how we're doing. Let's see if we can,
Do you remember the girl who offered to give me a kiss for a free ticket the last time we were out there? None of that. We had some interesting cats talk to us the last time. Well, let's keep it clean.
But that's what it's all about. It's that's what it's all about. And when we get into football, when we really get into football, well, there'll be another message there for all you students and all you fans.
All right, we're going to talk football right now. Tron Smith, it was ugly. The offense, listen, I'm rooting for those guys. They were bad on Saturday. They scored 13 points against, other than Northern Iowa, that's probably the weakest defense Iowa's going to. Man, Colorado, there's arguable. You can go different ways with this, but they're not going to see much weaker defenses than the one they saw last Saturday. They can only score 13 points. I don't know where to go with this offense. Something has to change. Everything is wrong. I think it's the penalties for one. You clear those up, I think everything else starts to roll a little bit quicker. What's your take?
Well, I think it's a different ball game. I mean, you're in the red zone. We're down there. We're on the 15, 16-yard line. We getting holding and all this and false starts. There's no way we're going to win a ball game that way. I mean, it's no different than when we were going to play Iowa or when we were going to play Texas. You know what? If you're getting penalized, you're not going to win the ball game. My biggest question, Chris, really, my biggest question is, before the season started, we all talked about this high-powered offense. Where is it? Mm-hmm. Is it just that, is our run game not what we, I don't know what it is. We're going to have to decipher. Is it the line?
Personally, I think it starts up front. I think that's where it starts, and I think that there's some members on the offensive line who are struggling at this point. And when you don't have time, it's harder to throw it downfield. And when you can't throw it downfield, it's harder to run the ball. When you can't run the ball, it's hard to do a whole much of anything.
And I'll tell you this about the offense, and let it be known, I am a Cyclone fan, so to be honest with you, I really don't care who quarterbacks. But in saying that, whether it's Tiller or whether it's Austin, or whether we get Kurt Warner to come in and play on this ball team. If they don't get time, we won't win the game.
No, I think you're right. I think that I've been pretty vocal about it. I think that the shots taken at Austin Arnott are unfair. I think it's unfair. You can have your opinion on Arnott's game, but Jerome Tiller, God love him, I think he's going to have a nice future here in Ames, but he's never done anything to make you, unless you sat in practices for the last 2 years, you have no idea, because what Jerome Tiller's done on the football field, he had a nice win. He orchestrated a nice win in Nebraska last year, but what did, he just got asked not to turn the football over. 8 turnovers, that's what happens, okay?
Yeah.
Now, he's not shown us anything to make you think, wow, you know, he should be the guy. Now, if your opinion is, Austin's not that guy, we need to build for the future, I still think it's premature because the bowl game is still within reach. I'll understand that, but to say that, oh, it's Tiller time because he's the man, he's better than Austin, you don't know that unless you've been in practice. And if you say you do, you're a total liar because you have not seen him do it on a football field. Am I wrong?
Chris, I think you're like me right now.
Well, you know, I'm sick and tired of it. I'm sick and tired of it.
I agree with you. You know,
and if he is the guy, why wouldn't the coaches have him out there? Why would they just put a guy out there who well, you know what, Austin's not as good as him, but we're loyal to him. No, it doesn't work that way today.
Well, you know what? I tell you, you're exactly right. I agree with you. It's like Janet Jackson's song, "What have you done for me lately?" You know, here's the deal. Fans, don't be so quick to forget. You know, I watched that game on Saturday. I remember, and don't quote me if I'm right, but I think it was 3rd and 7. By the time Austin got the ball, we had the D tackle, we had the linebacker right in his face. He carried them both. 8 yards, first down. You were cheering just like I were. You know what? Don't forget what this kid had done for us. This kid gives everything, every play. And I think a lot of times when you lose a ball game, it's always the quarterback's fault. But listen, it's hard for a guy to complete a pass if he's looking at the sky. Think about it.
Yeah, and listen, this isn't a deal where Tron and I are sitting here saying Jerome Tiller can't get the job done. That's not what I'm saying at all. I just think that the singling out of one player when there are obviously problems all over the offensive side of the football, it starts with your quarterback. I understand that. He's going to get the most glory, probably too much when they win, and he's going to get way too much of the flack when they lose.
And that's why when you get to the NFL, they get paid the most.
Exactly.
You know what? But just remember, you never hear Austin Arnott get on the film and say, hey, you know what? The line didn't block, so that's why I threw the interception. You think about this kid and the way he is, he always says, hey, I'm the quarterback. It was my fault. You know, give the kid a break. You know, when it's Tiller time, you guys will be wanting someone else if he doesn't, you know. So
well, when Brett Meyer was a senior, y'all were calling for Austin.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
you know what? Fans, be a fan, okay? Be a fan and let the coaches be a coach.
Tron, we need to get your pick for Saturday. Iowa State, are they going to pull off the win?
Yeah, they're going to win. They're going to, you know what, Chris?
You just do not seem like yourself today.
Well,
what is your problem?
Here's the deal, man. I'm listening to all these people and I'm watching the game. My biggest problem is the tackles, man. They're missing the tackles. I'm really upset about that, man. I'm watching this game and I'm thinking about, you know, being an athlete and things like that. The coach is giving them everything. They're in the hole. They fill the gap.
Do you have any eligibility left?
I'm too old.
All right, that's what I thought. So you're going to pick a win?
I'm picking a win. We're going to win. I'm giving us 14 points.
Okay, I think it's going to be 17 or more. That may be a little bit arrogant.
No.
I don't think there's any reason to be arrogant about this team. I just think that something's going to click. I still have faith. Maybe
well, you know what?
wrong.
I think we're going to see some things differently. I mean, you know, not all being all negative. There's some positive sides to this game, too. I love Jeff Woody. I mean, he has some great plays in there. He played well. You kind of got to see some flashes of Chantrell Johnson. You guys know, he'll be something big. So there's something there. We just have to get we have to get everything clicking on the same cylinder.
One last thing before we go. You're taking the Cyclone Tundra down to the Ballard Homecoming. Is that right?
I will be at the Ballard Homecoming on Friday. Ballard's playing Boom. We'll be there. We'll be look for the truck. Come over, see how we're doing. I don't know this guy. I don't know. I can't get him to go anywhere with me, so that's why you guys see me. You don't see me.
I'm being invited. I didn't know I was invited. Maybe I'll be there. All right. Hey, Tron, I appreciate it, and we will see you on Saturday, 3 o'clock, 1460 KXNO. All right.
Hey, you guys remember, come visit us. Wilson Toyota, 2212 South Duff Avenue, right here in Great Ames, Iowa, 515-232-4081. Come in and tell them Chris sent you.
All right, and be sure to stop by the tailgate, too, because we do have free stuff for you. Free stuff. Check it out. Thanks, Tron. We will see you next week, and hopefully talking about a Cyclone victory.